Red Cup Talk with Brian Adams. Take one. What are we talking about today? We got some stuff to talk about. First of all, how are you guys doing with the snow? I'm hearing that it's snowing up north, northeast part of the U.S. If you're in that part in the region, be safe. I'm from the northern area, so I know about the snow, and I know how the black ice can be and slippery roads. What you would think is clear landing, but it's actually black ice. That's really bad too. I remember that. So if you have loved ones up there in that area that's snowed in, check in on them. Make sure they're all right. And if you are in those areas where you got the snow, you got hit with a lot of snow, be safe. Stay off the roads as much as possible, because even though you can drive good, you still have to worry about the other person driving. If you drive, the old saying, they say you're not just driving for yourself, you're driving for the other person as well. So take it easy. Be safe out there. All right? Because we want to be able to grow this channel together. Together. All right, so let's get started. What we got going on here? We got some topics here they got here on the line for me. Let's see. Rickey Smiley. We're going to talk about Rickey Smiley. We're going to talk about Pete Davidson. I think that's old, but we're going to discuss that and what was said at Aretha Franklin's funeral. Riri Sills coming up. Oprah Winfrey and this pizza lunch. I know it's old, but god dang it, I saw the video recently and I was like, wow. We're going to talk about it. And of course, we got Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer, that Emmy win was a good win for her. Puts her in a good position, a good running position. What they say, Nicki Minaj saying a good dope position, even though she ain't moving dope. But yeah, let's get into it. So, first up, Rickey Smiley. By now I'm sure all of you seen that Cat Williams special, because that, I think, is at 50 million views now. I know they brought in a lot of money. That Shay guy, the interviewer, I know he brought it in. That little podcast did a nice payday for Cat Williams. But I'm reading that Rickey Smiley spoke out. He said he wanted to sue him. He was going to sue him. Cat Williams had that man crying. I saw the video where he was crying, looked like he was making coffee or tea or something, and he just broke out, started crying. It's like, wow. And they said it was because of him going through the death. It was a 1 year anniversary of the death of his son. His son had committed suicide a year ago. Now, I condone that, and I feel, I don't condone it. I'm sorry. I feel bad for him, and all hats off to him for and everything for going through that anniversary, because the death of a loved one is never good at all. I mean, that's never something to even play about. But if I can remember when his son died, I remember Rickey Smiley I'm talking about, he actually was on doing recordings, and I know they say people grieve differently, but I just kind of felt like he was making money off of his son passing. I just didn't think that was good. He didn't go away for a while. He was just making videos. He was talking about this. He was broadcasting it, but he never really said how he passed. I guess I figured that if he would have said how his son had passed, that people probably wouldn't have, kept him, I guess, trending. So he never really talked about it. He talked about everything else, from what I remember. I mean, you guys may have seen something different, but from what I remember, Rickey Smiley, when his son died, he was just talking about all kinds of things. He was hitting the videos and uploading videos all the time, and it was like he was making money off the fact that his son had passed. I hate to say it that way, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I was just like, wow. And like I said, I agree. People grieve differently. It might have been his way of grieving, his way of dealing with it. But, nonetheless, I'm reading that he's looking at suing Cat Williams because of the stuff that he said. And now, from what I understand, you can only sue when it's a lie. I thought that they both came to terms that yeah, Cat Williams was supposed to be playing the pimp, and Rickey Smiley was supposed to play the Santa. Um, I don't know. Allegedly, I wasn't there. I wasn't part of the project, all that stuff. But I mean, it just kind of seems weird. What would you sue him about? What are you looking to sue him about? If you're really going to sue him, I mean, I don't know. I just said I didn't do a deep dive into it, but I did see when I was putting my notes together that he was looking to sue him over the stuff that Cat Williams talked about in that podcast, and I'm like, what would you sue him for? Because I mean, I don't know, but if you are going to go forward, if he is going to go forward with suing, I would like to be a fly on the wall to see how they going to word this. Two grown men sitting up in court talking about something. I was supposed to play Santa, and I was supposed to play the pimp. Yeah, well, more to come. We'll keep you up on that. I'll keep you up on that. I'm gonna look more into it to see how true it is. See what's real and what's not real with that story. But all the best to you, Cat Williams, and all the best to you, Rickey Smiley. What the hell? I like both of them. I never seen either one live though. I will say that. Never seen them live, but they're good artists. Both good comedians. All the best to you. All right, moving right along. So we got Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, he was trending recently because I didn't know this, but he was at Aretha Franklin's funeral. Her funeral she passed away some years back. 5 or 6 years, I think, now at this point. I hadn't, it's been a while, but I remember when she passed, and I remember her, there was a long funeral, and I remember them changing their outfits a few times and her legs being crossed in the casket as she laid to rest. I remember that. But I don't remember seeing Pete Davis there. I wasn't really looking for him either. But recently, they said he did a stand-up, and he was talking about he was there. At the time, he was dating Ariana Grande. And if you remember, Ariana Grande actually sang at Aretha Franklin's funeral. So he was dating her. So that's why he was there at the time. And so he was dating her at the time. That's why he was there. And so and so he said that at some point, I don't know if it was before or after, but he walked up to the family and said, allegedly, he just wanted to show his RESPECT. And I'm like, okay, if you did it like that, buddy, that's not. I don't. What do you think about that? I mean, I kind of thought that it's still too soon. And even if you're doing it as a joke, maybe there's certain ones you can joke with about that, but not Aretha Franklin. That's like, I'm not even gonna compare that. I mean, like that was I thought it was kind of wrong. It was kind of a low blow too. Really, a really low blow for what it was at her service, at her funeral. That was kind of. But they said he was on ketamine. He was on drugs or whatever. And speaking of that, I was reading recently that his close friends and family are actually looking to do an intervention with him because they're saying that he's not looking good with these drugs. I guess he's going too far out, and they're starting to worry about him. So all the best with that, man. Dealing with that drug paraphernalia, that narcotic. It's like I don't know what he's on, but yeah, I know they said at the time when he was at Aretha Franklin was at ketamine. But all the best to you, whatever drug that you're dealing with right now. That's not easy, and sometimes, you might need a little bit more help than you thought you anticipated. When you're trying to make that move to get off of it. So all the best with that. Moving right along, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah. I know this has been trending. I know you guys have been talking about this and you've heard about it, but I just recently seen the videos of Fantasia, Taraji P. Henson, and Oprah Winfrey, all of them sitting around the table, and they're eating pizza from a bag. I cannot make this up. If you haven't seen it, I know you probably wouldn't believe it either. I wouldn't have believed it if somebody told me that, but I've never even had pizza in a bag. And I'm thinking, pizza in a bag, that means the pizza got to be hard or Because pizza is normally like a flimsy kind of thing. You know, it's kind of. I don't know. This pizza looked like it was. They were just. Lady was going around the table. I guess pepperoni, non pepperoni, cheese or pepper. I don't know. I don't know. I never had pizza served to me at camp out of a bag, so I don't know what cliche. What is that about? Serving pizza out of a bag, man, making. I wouldn't even ate it, but if you see the video, Oprah sitting over there with her arms crossed, looking purple. She probably said, I ain't have it. She probably stopped off at Burger King before she got there. It's like, I don't know. But it made me think about when Trump had that thing at the White House years ago. I think it was a kids program or something, and he had all them Big Macs. They opened the door up, and it was a table full of Big Macs up in the White House. I said, man. So I mean, hey, that wouldn't have been my first selection. It seemed like with a thing like that, they seemed like they would at least gave them a pre-selection menu before the main. I don't know, sort of like how they do with weddings. They would let you, select what it is, what meal you would like to have, during a presentation like a dinner theater or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. All of them had pizza, so I guess they didn't. They skipped right over that part. I don't know, but I just kind of thought it was crazy to see them eating pizza in a bag, out of a bag. Pizza out of a bag, man. Like I said, if I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't believe it myself. But y'all get a chance, check that out over there. Yeah. Oh. I wonder how she's gonna do with her next project because this one kind of stained her name a little bit. Maybe a whole lot of bit. I don't know, but from what I see, it's staying a name. It hasn't been nothing good about it. And from what I understand, the numbers for that movie, The Color Purple, has been staggering. They did wrong with Whoopi Goldberg. From what I understand, they didn't really let her get on the bandwagon to go and do the promotional tours and stuff. And in the promotional tours they did have, Taraji P. Henson talked about how she wasn't getting paid that much for the majority of the tour legs. So it's like, wow. What are they going to do? How are they going to pull this off? How are they going to fix this $100 million budget? How are they going to pull this one off? I mean, we laughing and we entertained by this stuff, but behind the scenes, I know they're probably like, Urgh, urgh. Oh man, it's crazy. All the best to you guys, Oprah. Uh, all I say is, you got another cat's call for another play. Don't call me. I ain't in there. Move right along, man. Oh man. I want to say this: domestic violence is something that I don't agree with across the board. Whether you're a celebrity or whether you're non-celebrity, civilian, anything, I don't agree with domestic violence. You can have your disputes, you can have your arguments. As humans, we all are programmed not to get along. Not with everybody. We're just programmed that way. Believe it or not, we're just programmed that way not to get along with everybody, and it's okay. But we have to respect each other. When I say that to say that I've recently read that Keke Palmer has extended her stay away order from her baby father for another 6 months. Now, I know she's also in the courts fighting the custody battle over the child and trying to get full custody. So I don't know if this is playing a part on it, but nonetheless, they have extended it for another 6 months. I don't know if it got physical, or outside of the pictures or the videos that we've seen recently, but it's been circulating. But yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all for both parties and for the baby. They have to go through that split. The parents splitting up, and that's your story. Your story is your parents split up or fought from the beginning. Everybody has their story as they get older, and that's going to be a part of the child's life. So that's not good either for the child. But like I said, it's just, people as humans, we have to learn to keep our hands off each other. Bottom line, you know. Um, yeah, just that's just crazy. So, but in the event, as I get more content, I will get it, fix it up and get it drawn up and get it out to you guys. Thank you for watching. If you like the information, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with the content as I drop it off to you. This is not small talk. I'm sorry. I keep saying that. Small talk. That's the other one. Not small talk, but Red Cup Talk with Brian Adams. Thank you, guys.